Here I am to point out more liberal backward donkeyness. Hey, that's their symbol, so I guess that makes it okay to say backward assiness. Ha ha! I got away with saying ass!
I think what's happening.
Propaganda.
I saw a clip of Nancy Giles on MSNBC saying this.
And you know, when you just showed that graph of the decline of the numbers, I thought maybe that's why they're trying to eliminate all these abortions and stuff. They're trying to build up the race.
Well,
you know, maybe.
I mean, there is always eugenics associated with these questions,
right?
While you pro-abortion liberals support strategically positioned abortion clinics in areas that yield the highest abortion of blacks, this nut is trying to assert that Republicans are pro-life because conservatives want to increase the white race? What the fungus? I know. A lot of conservatives are saying right now, who cares, though? Nobody watches this stuff. You're right. Nobody buys into this stuff. They have no influence. I guess that's why we have another 4 years of Obama. Conservatives say nobody watches those low-brow shows inundated with liberalism like original movies on the Sci-Fi Channel, for example. My wife told me perhaps I should point to more intellectual Christian stigmatizing works like The Da Vinci Code. I should ignore the fact that people buy into more sophisticated movies like that. Cause chances are even a lot of you conservatives gave your money to that movie too. You know you did. Which is your prerogative. I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I just think it's funny that y'all are complaining about what's happening to your country, and when people try to call them out on it, y'all say, nobody watches this stuff. Just ignore them. Y'all, individually, we can't address all the stuff that liberals do on air. But if we all chip in and call libs out when we can, and even better, be more supportive of productions that are competing with their ideology, then you might start to see our better idea of America, which is to let America be what it is. The country founded on the understanding that life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness are God-given rights. I am so cool with that. And the culture, more and more, despises it. And the conservative answer to that is either to just ignore them, because nobody watches that stuff, or they get all starry-eyed over who they can run for office, which leads to bickering over who we could run for office, which often leaves us with somebody whom we shouldn't have run for office. You talk about how big government is, yet you're always talking about the next politician you can add to the governmental board collective. The second somebody says something that rings common sense, y'all say, you should run for office. Which is very flattering. Don't get me wrong. It's an honor that someone would see someone as a good representative. But conservatives have a lot of prep work to do. You keep trying to run a conservative and you fail because y'all have not done any cultural prep work. You're trying to run in and paint while not laying down any tarp and not doing any masking. You're trying to do surgery without scrubbing up and no gloves and no mask or nothing. Conservatives say I'm preaching to the choir on YouTube. YouTube is an ocean of liberal users. They see my vids too. Where do you think I get all the hate mail from? It isn't just about me going out and taking on the left or Rush Limbaugh doing it or Mark Levin. That's some of it, yeah, but we can't engage the left 100% of the time. It's about us being blessed with a platform to share our ideas with you so you can add things to the stuff you already know so we're all more fortified to defend our shared core values. And I'm already hearing people say, what about an Allen West or a Marco Rubio ticket? Which would be a stellar ticket, I agree. But what are you doing? Don't you think we ought to do a little prep work before we start painting the walls with West and Rubio? Don't you think we ought to make a solid case for what conservatism is so that the people actually know a good conservative when they see one to match the conservative values we promoted? Take a break from putting all this stock into promoting a politician and promote conservatism, and let the politician assume the responsibility of being the person to represent what we promoted and made more receivable by the culture. I get blessed with people saying, Zoe, you should run for office. I'd support you. No, don't support me to run for office. You want to support my work? Buy my audiobook. It's cheaper and far more effective. Fighting a political war is a losing battle. Stop throwing your money at politicians in the RNC. Stop funding them. You want to fight to fund? Support people taking it to the culture. The culture is no longer ready to receive a conservative, so they will not receive me. That includes you. Your support will be short-lived. I'll make one mistake and all of a sudden I'm no longer worth supporting because I'm an idiot and you'll throw me under the bus. That's already been proven. Herman Cain was a bloody rocket scientist and he still wasn't smart enough for a lot of y'all, even before the accusations of infidelity even started. Some conservatives are even trying to downplay his intelligence. Y'all think that won't happen to me? I'm not a rocket scientist. I got a GED. But like I said, y'all, conservatives are already thinking about who we're gonna run for president. And some are talking about seceding from the Union. Yeah, that's the cultural impression you wanna make? And don't get me wrong, secession does not sound that crazy when you think about it, when you consider the craziness of the rest of the country that has chosen to go the route of socialism. Who's really the ones cray-cray up in here? I'm Alfonso Rachel with Zonation, where we see that the biggest role conservatives play in the culture is the butt of the joke. Y'all wanna help change that? Buy my book. Oh, Zoe, you're just trying to solicit your book. And I'm supposed to be ashamed of that? We support free market capitalism and commercialism and competition, right? It ain't just about me profiting from my book. I'm seriously trying to share ideas with y'all to help with the culture war that we don't have to lose. Ha ha! I got away with saying ass!